everybody, this is Caitlin and you are watching Zombie Eats Books, probably for the first time in something like 5 or 6 months, because that is the last time that I filmed. I have just been unmotivated, completely unmotivated. But I did go to a BookCon recently and I had a lot of fun, so I thought that I would show you the books that I got there and show you a little footage of the authors that I met, and then maybe I'll get up to date on some wrap-ups and some book hauls. So BookCon, my husband bought me tickets for my birthday as a surprise, and also tickets to New York because that's where it was. I don't know if it's in New York every year or if it switches between another major city or not. I wasn't really familiar with BookCon at all, and it turns out that BookCon is really YA oriented, and I don't read YA very much. But it actually turned out to our benefit because while all of the preteens were attacking all the YA authors, my husband and I were able to wait in very short lines for the adult authors. So it actually was pretty awesome. Yeah, we spent a week in New York. BookCon was 2 days of that. Stayed with my brother in Brooklyn and just had a really great time going to shows and eating really good food. So yeah. That was awesome. So enough babbling, let me show you some footage of that, and then I will show you the books that I picked up. Okay, so sorry for the shaky footage in some places. I'm really not very good at that whole vlogging thing. But the first author that we visited was Walter Mosley. Casey actually waited in line for me while I waited in line for Charles Soule. He told Walter Mosley that it was my birthday, so when he signed it, he actually wrote, "Happy birthday." Yay! And then with Megan Abbott, because some of the authors are paired together, some are solo, but some are paired together, I got You Will Know Me, And that was actually a really cool pairing because I wanted to get autographs from both of those authors, so that was nice. One of the pairings where I was not familiar with one of the authors, but I really wanted an autograph from the other one, was Marisha Pessl. So I got an autograph from her. I forgot to take footage of it, so it's not in there. But she wrote Night Film. I adored Night Film. I thought that she did a really great job of balancing that line between what's real and what's not real, and letting the reader kind of define it for themselves, how much of the story was real and how much was fantasy, basically. So I read this already. I did not know that Marisha Pessl was diving into YA, because that's what this is. It's a YA mystery thriller with a little bit of supernatural in there. And, you know, it was good, but it didn't blow my mind or anything, and I really want her to go back to adult books. Like, I don't really dig the YA direction that she's gone. But I'll talk more about that in a future wrap-up. So with Marisha Pessl was an author whose name is Kara Thomas. I have no idea who Kara Thomas is, but she is apparently a very popular YA novelist because there were many young women in line to see her. So that was the only line that we had to wait in where it was a little bit longer than usual. Anyways, Little Monsters, I think, is about a group of young, vicious high school students, something like that, and a murder, maybe. Palace. So I also picked up The Oracle Year by Charles Soule. This, I believe, is his first work of fiction. So he usually writes for comic books, Marvel Comics, DC Comics. With Marvel Comics, I think he writes for She-Hulk and Daredevil, and then with DC, he was writing the Superman Wonder Woman as a power couple series. So yeah, really well known in the comic industry, but I don't think he's written a novel yet, and I think this is his first. It's a shiny, naked hardback, which I love. He was a really nice guy, really down to earth. And along with him was another author that I've never heard of, and that was Lou Berney, The Long and Far Away Gone. I'm not sure what kind of fiction he writes. If you know, if you have read him, please let me know. And if it's any good, I would love to know that as well. But again, I bought his book because I felt like it was the polite thing to do, and I didn't want to just walk past him after getting the autograph of Charles Soule. So along with that, I got a free copy of his ARC, a free ARC, yeah, I'm trying to use words today, November Road. No idea what it's about. And then last but not least, I got to meet Charlie Jane Anders, and it was the best author meeting I had. I'll tell you about that in a second, but I got 6 months, 3 days, and 5 others. This is a collection of her short stories. I read All the Birds Singing. I forgot to bring my copy with me to get it signed, so I just bought this and had her sign that. And then also picked up a little teaser of her next novel, which is going to be called The City in the Middle of the Night. Very excited about the novel. So immediately when I went up there, she commented on my shirt and told me she liked it. My shirt said, "Don't let the bastards grind you down," in Latin, from The Handmaid's Tale. And then she asked me if I read Bitch Planet, and I was like, yes, I read Bitch Planet. And then we started talking about comics, and it was amazing. And she has bright electric pink hair, in a bob cut with like bangs, and she was just one of those people that you meet and you're like, you know what, I would really like to hang out with you. But of course I didn't say that because it would have been creepy. Yeah, so those are all the books I got. Those are all the authors I was able to meet. You could only sign up for 2 a day, and since my husband and I both had tickets, it was 4 a day, and that was that. That was the 8 author selection. So next year I think we might actually take my daughter to BookCon, and we'll go to Book Expo maybe, if they're in the same place again. But I see her fitting in there really, really well. I could just see her in every little person that was waiting in a line eagerly to get their book signed by an author. So I think she would really, really fit in and love it. As I said, I will try to do a wrap-up soon. It's probably going to be more of a highlight of the best books that I've read so far this year. I really haven't read that much this year, but there are only 3 or 4 books that really stand out to me and that I want to talk about. So I'll do that, consider myself caught up on wrap-ups, and then start doing them as I read the books in like the 5-book increment thing that I've been doing. And then also maybe do a book haul or 2. Anyways, let me know if you have read any of these authors, if you've read any of these books, what you thought about them. Let me know if you went to BookCon and what your experience was, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.